Hi students, in this section we discuss about Ingenhousz method. This method is used to compare the thermal conductivities of different substances. This method used to compare the thermal conductivities of different substances. Okay, we know about the values of the K. Okay, in the previous section we discussed about for all types of materials, metals have highest thermal conductivity. Okay, and particularly silver is the best one. Now let us see. In this method, he considered one tank. On one side of the tank, we may drill certain holes. Okay, on that holes, he fitted with rods of different materials. See, the first rod is made with silver, second made of copper, third one with aluminum, fourth brass, and fifth one is steel. Okay, so all these rods having same dimensions, means length is same and area of cross section is also same. Understand? Now all these rods are coated with thin layer of the wax. All rods coated with wax. Okay now this container is filled with the hot water or the oil. Always keep in mind this temperature must be greater than the melting point of the wax. Okay, the temperature of the bath must be greater than the temperature of melting point of the wax. Clear? So after long time, if you observe what happens, so whenever inside water is there, hot water or oil is there, due to this different metals having different thermal conductivities now. That's why on the rods the wax what we coated is melted in different ways. Okay, let L1, L2, L3 so on the length to which wax has melted in different rods, then Ingenhousz found that coefficient of thermal conductivity is always directly proportional to the square of the length. Okay, here L is the length to which wax has melted. Don't take the length of the rods because all are having the same length initially. Okay, here L is length to which wax has melted. Clear now? So if they ask ratios of thermal conductivities, then K1 is to K2 is to so on, L1 square is to L2 square is to L3 square so on. Understand? This is Ingenhousz method. Okay? Note it down please. Now, formation of ice layer on free surface of water. Formation of ice layer on free surface of water. We know in cold countries atmospheric temperature is generally falls below the 0 degree Celsius. Okay, for suppose its temperature is minus theta degree Celsius. I would like to take it as some minus 10 degree Celsius. Whenever the temperature is lesser than the 0 degree Celsius, on lakes and ponds, on the surface we observe a thin layer of the ice. Right now, this is the thickness of ice. Let it will be x. For understand purpose only we draw like that, but it is very thin. Clear now? Now we know due to anomalous behavior of water below the ice layer, the temperature is always at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now let the area of cross section of this ice layer is capital A. What is A? Area of cross section of ice layer is capital A. Understand now? Now for ice slab, okay, upper layer is maintained at temperature of minus theta degree Celsius and the lower part is maintained at 0 degree Celsius. So which temperature is more? 0 or minus 10? 0 na. That's why heat is always flows from the water to the surroundings. Okay. That's why what happens? Temperature is fall down. Clear now? So what is the formula for rate of flow of heat? The formula for rate of flow of heat is nothing but we know dq by dt is equal to K A temperature difference. Which temperature is more? 0 is more na. So 0 minus temperature is minus theta by x. Okay, here x is the thickness of the ice. Understand? So what is the formula we got? dq by dt is equal to K A theta by x. Let equation number 1. Okay. Now mass of additional ice formed due to loss of heat is taken as dm. dm is the mass of ice lost due to the heat. We know the formula for density. Density formula is mass by volume. Here you may written as mass by volume. Volume is nothing but A into total thickness is x, but I would like to consider a small portion. That small portion has thickness delta x or dx. Okay. Now I would like to increase the thickness of this ice layer from x1 to x2 within the time t1 to t2. Or understand? So what is the formula for m now? M is equal to rho a dx. You write only about dx. That's why length also written as dm. So what is the value of dm now? Rho a dx. Understand now? So here what happens? Heat is flows from here to here. That means some water is now freezes into ice. We know the formula for dq. The formula for dq is m into L na? Latent heat of fusion of ice. L means latent heat of fusion of ice. 80 calorie per gram. Do you remember? So dq is now equal to dm into L. So instead of dq here, can you write dm into L? Then what happens? dm into L by dt is equal to K A theta by x. What is the value of dm? Rho a dx into L by dt is equal to Ka theta by x. Here a and a are cancelled now. From this, write the formula for dt. So dt will be taken that side. All these remaining will be taken this side. So what happens? Rho L x dx by k theta na. Just make a cross multiplication first. Okay, for suppose, see, k theta dt is equal to, if you take the x this side, rho l x dx. Now what is the value of dt? Dt is equal to rho l by k theta into x dx. Now, do you understand? Now, from time t1 to t2, the thickness of ice will be increases from x1 to x2 now. So let us try to integrate this equation. Integral dt is equal to rho l and k theta are constants. That's why integral x dx, time varies from t1 seconds to t2 seconds, and x varies from x1 to x2. Okay, then this side the formula is t2 minus t1 is equal to rho l by k theta, the formula for integral x dx. Okay, integral x power n dx formula, x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So integral x power 1 dx, nothing but x power 1 plus 1, 2 by 1 plus 1, 2. So what is the formula for integral x dx? X square by 2. Between the limits x1 to x2. Okay, I understand this one. Therefore, delta t is equal to rho l by k theta. First apply the upper limit, then lower limit. First upper limit, x2 square minus x1 square by 2. Okay, so the change in time delta t is equal to rho l by k theta 2k theta into x2 square minus x1 square. Are you understand? So this is the formula for change in time. Here, what is rho? Rho is the density of the ice. L, latent heat of fusion of ice. It is always constant value. Its value is 80 calorie per gram. K, coefficient of thermal conductivity of ice. Theta. Here theta is the atmospheric temperature. They given in terms of negative, but you may written only positive value here, because we substitute the minus theta here. So that's why even they given in terms of negative, you should write in positive terms only. Understand now? So delta t value is rho l by 2k theta into x2 square minus x1 square. So as long as time increases, the thickness of the thickness of ice is increases. Are you understand? Clear? This is the formation of ice layer on free surface of water. Okay, one more time. In cold countries, generally the temperature is lesser than the 0. Whenever the temperature is lesser than 0, what happens? On the surface of lake or ponds, a small thin layer of ice is formed. Okay, and we said at the anomalous behavior of water below the pond, okay, is always at 4 degrees Celsius, and above that only the temperature is 3 degree, 2 degree, 1 degree and 0 degree. After reaching the 0 degree, we got an ice layer. This is entirely ice layer. Okay, as time passes, what happens? See, outside this ice layer, temperature is minus theta. Below the ice layer, temperature is 0. Okay, so if you take this is one material, here the temperature is more, compared with this one. That's why heat is always flows from the higher temperature region to the lower temperature region. Clear? That's why ice layer thickness is increases with time. Okay, how much of thickness is increases with some time? We got the relation delta T. For that we are using the formula for rate of flow of heat, that is dq by dt is equal to Ka into theta 1 minus theta 2 by L. Here one temperature is 0, another temperature is minus theta. That's why we substitute here. Okay, then we got the formula. And what happens here? The most important thing was, as time increases, some mass of additional ice formed due to the loss of heat. Okay, that mass is dm. The dm is equal to formula density into volume ADX, and also we know the formula for dq as dm into L. Okay, here L is latent heat of fusion of ice. After that only the mathematics, finally we got a relation. Clear? Thank you.